Babylon a gold digger. Resources are planted. Boom! Bumbo clap. Yeah, man. No, the planted. Yeah. Duh! You man them. Duh! Yeah. Yeah. Bump on the human beings. Earth animals and the trees. Drop bump on the human beings. Animals and the trees. David and Jim. Blood a gold digger. Want it. Babylon a gold diggers. Natural resources are planted. Frank's gonna be joining me very soon. Diggers and natural resources are planted. True man. True man. True man. Duh. 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 Got them Babylon gold diggers. Big tune. Big tune, that one. That one and from Daniel. They're all big. Natural resources are landed. Yo! Duh! Babylon one talk. Yeah. Hey, Babylon! Let a gold diggers. Want it. Babylon a gold diggers. Frank is coming. Waiting for Frank. Want it. So might as well entertain myself. Yeah. Duh! You know how it go.
True man, sure. You know, explain to them. Mind that. And true man, I walk this flat plane here, you know. I'm going to be now walk, come here, walk for a tall while. I can't drop off of the earth. I walk for Swedish part of curve, but I'm Australia. I can't find it. Yo, this place is mystical, man. One thing I know.
Water always level. Water always circle. Always find level. Yeah. Is it square? Is it round? Is it flat? Everyone is asking. They want to know. But I know that it's our home. Hear that through man. Is it square? Is it round? Is it flat? Everyone is asking. They want to know. But I know that it's our home. Duh! Can teach the truth to the youths, yeah. To the mob of blue. But everywhere me go, me say flat for truth. Can teach the truth to the youths, yeah. Everywhere me go, me say flat for truth. Australia really down under. Find me, I think me a panda. Upside down. People are walk upside down. Australia really down under. Me, I think me a wonder. Upside down. People are walk upside down. All I know, that the earth is mystical. Okay. Frank should be here in a few moments. Earth is so spiritual. Today we're going to look at the few Plogs. Hold on. Is asking, they want to know. But I know that it's our own. That me know, true man. Yeah. True man. Oh, yeah. Duh.
We need to speak the truth. Yeah. So we
Can teach the truth to the youths, yeah.
them said the mob will do. But everyone
Where am I going to say flat for true?
Hey, they need to speak the truth. Yeah. So we
True,
can
man.
teach the truth to the youths. Yeah. True, man. Them said
And the mob of blue.
yeah. But everyone gonna say flat the truth. Hey, if we reach the
And
end,
then you gotta drop up. Truth, me don't know about that.
if we reach the last part of earth, yeah.
Big tune. And then you gotta drop off. Truth, me don't know about that.
If we reach the last part of earth, somebody
And they tell me I can chop that the earth. It's mystical. Yeah. What earth is so spiritual? Yeah. Another big tune. It's the bag of chat. A bag of chat. A bag of chat. That's all them I do. Yeah, they chat a lot. They have so much things to say. Bag of chat. That's all them I do. A bag of chat. A bag of chat. A bag of chat. Yeah. From the old country, Saint Elizabeth. Yeah, from the country, way Ilani, Westmoreland, Mopay. All for those. Bag of chat. A bag of chat. A bag of chat. That's all them I do. A bag of chat. A bag of chat. Chat. Government. But one. A stalking or action for the people. True man, not one. A bag of chat. A bag of chat. I mean, what them frustration. The government. So where's Frank? Frankie, where are you? Chat. A bag of chat. Yeah. And down the country. Okay, we have time for another big tune. They're all big, but so Babylon a gold digger. A bag of chat. A bag of chat. A bag of chat. Hey, a bag of chat. And them one say a bag.
Here we are.
I'll stop the music. Okay, we're live already. I just
Got the tea. Nice.
warm up the whole thing.
Yes. Very nice.
I'm just playing music, chilling, waiting.
Yes. Sorry for my.
So, an honor once again to be here with you, Frank, today, live and alive, giving
Yes.
thanks for life.
Definitely.
Because I could be elsewhere, but I'm here on Earth, so giving thanks
Yes.
for it. So we're gonna start. I took out 4 Plogs. We'll see where we go with this today.
Right.
But I think we can start with the world at our fingertips. That's the one I have here first.
Yeah.
And then the feeling of sacredity, I think he's called it.
Yeah, sanctity.
Sanctity. In French, it's sentiment de sacralité. Like,
Wow.
nothing is sacred here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's just and after I have what I have.
Democracy.
I printed it this time, and that's it. After that, it's Christmas, Xmas, and Democracy.
Democracy. Yes.
So that Democracy, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna do a demonstration. That's another one. There's so much demon in the word, and even the word monde, which is world in French, monde is an anagram for demon.
Oh, yeah.
What is all this demon shit around? We're gonna look at it.
Curious.
So the world at our fingertips, the world at the fingertips. I'll let you do the English.
Yes.
Print out the French. But I went on Google Translate, and Google translated it for me.
Oh, nice. There you go.
There's something to adjust. I'll see as I read, but usually they're pretty good for translation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially, that's it. French to English, quite easy to translate.
Right. Yeah.
Tanya.
All right. That's it. Let's go. The world at the fingertips. One can now access anything: a person, music, movies, data, videos, info with a few touches of their fingertips. This immediate access gives a sense of power, in a sense which was almost unthought of just 20 years ago. We're trying to discern whether this power is real or illusory. On the surface, it seems you got it all. Instant access, wherever, whoever, whatever. But is there any use of this? Any real use of this supposed power to access? By real, I mean, does it evolve you, give you a better afterlife by making you a better person? Does it enhance your importance in a local, galactic, and multidimensional context? The answer to this, from my point of view, is that this is only the case if this connectivity device is used wisely and precisely. For example, one may read, listen, or watch something on the internet, technet, which might trigger something dormant inside. They might utilize this awakening in their actual, real biological life, which can lead to evolution. This is all a very touch and go situation. If this medium is used for mindless surfing of trivialities after encountering the real gems buried in the cyber sea, one will be becoming powerless instead of powerful. To think that this technology actually puts the world at your fingertips is a misnomer. The world can only be at one's fingertips when one is perfectly embedded with the world, or in the world. The term world here is the world of nature and the vast empty space within each atom. In our local sense, the world represents the planet standing on which I am writing these words. It doesn't include the artificial construct known as the modern civilization. To make my point simpler, I would like to say that one doesn't own a piece of land just because they have papers from some fraud authority known as government saying so. One owns a piece of land if they are one with it, as in their personal aura is perfectly embedded in the geomantic wave magnetics of the land. To quote Camelot, Arthur and the land become one, only when Arthur finds the Grail. So one only has the world truly at their fingertips if they are perfectly embedded in the multiversal construct which creates the 14 realms and planes and the atoms and galaxies of the physical plane.
That's
Boom.
very, very hot. Yeah.
Mic drop.
So, yeah. So, le monde au bout des doigts. Le monde au bout des doigts. On peut désormais accéder à tout. Une personne, de la musique, des films, des données, des vidéos, des informations, en quelques clics. Cet accès immédiat procure un sentiment de puissance presque inimaginable il y a seulement 20 ans. Nous cherchons à déterminer si ce pouvoir est réel ou illusoire. En apparence, tout semble possible. Un accès instantané à n'importe qui, n'importe où, n'importe quoi. Mais à quoi bon? À quoi bon réellement utiliser ce prétendu pouvoir d'accès? Par réel, j'entends, nous fait-il évoluer? Nous offre-t-il une meilleure vie après la mort en faisant de nous de meilleures personnes? Question. Accroît-il notre importance dans un contexte local, galactique et multidimensionnel? That's huge. Selon moi, la réponse est que cela n'est vrai que si cet outil de connectivité est utilisé avec sagesse et précision. Par exemple, lire, écouter ou regarder quelque chose sur Internet pourrait réveiller quelque chose de latent en nous. Cette prise de conscience peut être utilisée dans la vie réelle, ce qui peut mener à l'évolution. Tout cela est très fragile. Si ce média est utilisé pour surfer sans réfléchir dans des futilités, après avoir découvert les véritables trésors enfouis dans le cyberespace, on risque de devenir impuissant au lieu d'être puissant. Penser que cette technologie met réellement le monde à portée de main est une erreur. Le monde ne peut être à portée de main que si l'on est pleinement intégré au monde. Albanian for life, my brother. Shiv Narayan. Yeah, man. Greetings. Le terme monde, when someone show up in the chat, I'm sorry, I stop everything. To me, it's big. If you come to chat in the chat, and for sure, tremendous respect for that. Large up, Albanian for life. Le terme monde désigne ici le monde naturel et l'immense espace vide à l'intérieur de chaque atome. À notre échelle, le monde représente la planète sur laquelle je me trouve. Cela n'inclut pas la construction artificielle qu'est la civilisation moderne. Pour simplifier, je dirais qu'on ne possède pas un terrain simplement parce qu'on possède des papiers d'une autorité douteuse, appelée le gouvernement, qui l'affirme. On ne possède un terrain que si l'on ne fait qu'un avec lui. C'est-à-dire si notre aura personnelle est parfaitement intégrée aux zones géomantiques magnétiques de la Terre. Pour reprendre les mots de Camelot, Arthur et la Terre ne font plus qu'un, seulement lorsqu'Arthur trouve le Graal. Ainsi, on ne maîtrise véritablement le monde que si l'on est parfaitement intégré à la structure multiverselle qui crée les 14 royaumes plans ainsi que les atomes et les galaxies du plan physique. I like when he says that at the end. Ainsi les atomes et les galaxies du plan physique. This is a big, big one because, like, come on. Just 20 years ago, none of this would have been even... It would have been possible, maybe, but we didn't have it. Like, I wasn't going to myself come up with the internet and all that stuff. So even if I would be dreaming of a day where I could bring this into life, it takes a lot to make this possible, what we're doing right now. It takes a whole bunch of people working in synergy to make it happen so that the internet functions. So this is, to me, the biggest gift to humanity if you use it the proper way, like he says. But it can destroy you or it can build you. It's like pretty much anything in life that you put attention to. It will either build you or destroy you. Mm-hmm. So the internet is the same, and we can have everything at our fingertips. We can buy anything. We can shop online. You can, like, it's crazy the stuff you can do online today, even compared to just 10 years ago. So
Yeah.
they're going at a fast pace with that stuff, definitely. There's a plan. With this also, we can be fool and say the internet is just to wake up humanity. It is. You have the potential to really, really wake up and start evolving. Definitely, if you get onto the right channel, Truman Show, whatever channel you
Right.
go on, there's a lot of great people out there offering great knowledge and great path to walk on. If you're lost at sea, you need a teacher, a guide, you need guidance. You can ask God for guidance, He will provide it to you, but you have to go into action. Like, it's good to say, okay, God will guide me, will do all the work and stuff, but if you don't go into action yourself to do the divine work and do the what you got to do, and no one will come in there take you by the hand and bring you to paradise.
Yeah.
That's you have to bring yourself there to that state and paradise. It's in my head. Like,
Yeah.
where am I gonna experience it? In this lifetime, in this body. It's in my head. Everything is within me. The kingdom of God is within you. Like, it's clear to me that seeking on the outside, I'll most probably all the time seek lies and deception. But look within, you will find the truth. You will find the blueprint, the joy, the everything, the happiness, whatever you want to name, you want to call it. But that has to be a permanent state. It's not a fleeting state of happiness. That
Right.
I'm going to do a shopping spree trip and then it's over. No, it's something you have to install a program, a happiness program within you, so
Mhm.
you can tap into it at any time, and that's your permanent state.
Yeah.
Enjoy in full joy, which is what we should be at all time here on earth. This is limited time we have here. That's
Mhm.
why, to me now, as soon as I woke up and I realized all this by going on the internet and start, but it was a choice. It was a choice, like we said. It has to be a choice also where you put your fingertip. It's all a choice. So be very careful where your fingertips goes.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Something I find weird is we have fingertips, but we don't have toe tips. But we can tiptoe, but we can finger. It's a bit weird. Anyway, that's the confusion part of the English.
Right.
Yeah.
Many of those. Yeah.
Yeah, English can be very confusing, definitely. French also, all the language I think is a bit there to hide
Mhm.
some kind of not hide, but there's code in there, and you have to decode that old stuff in order to
Yeah.
have clarity, definitely. So, yeah, Frank, tell me about the world at our fingertips.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a great, great P-log and one of those throwbacks. This is 2008, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, 2008. Oh, yeah,
Yeah. I
it's one
mean,
of
way
the.
back.
I go from the bottom
Yeah.
2007, 2008, and I go up. So if you wonder sometime where's the plug where I take them, I try to go in order and not pick something that was in the book that we did. But
Right.
it could
Right.
happen also if it's very, very interesting. I might bring it back.
Yeah. I mean, they're always worth reviewing. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
But this, oh yeah, it's such a great P-log, a throwback from the earlier days of PT's writings. I think he had started in 2006 or 7, and so this is right in those formative years. But yeah, so many good points, and like just talking about the internet in general. I mean, it's something that the world hadn't seen in our known age,
yeah,
before that. So it really does allow access to a lot of different things, just like PT's talking about here. That was just unthought of 20 years ago, right? And then here we are 20 years later, pretty much from this P-log, about 18 years later. And we have, I mean, look how much has come along with AI. And, we couldn't have imagined back then where it is now in terms of just being able to, create videos of real looking people and all that.
you know what really phased me out? It's those robots, man. Those robots I see,
Tesla robot.
the girls robot that look exactly like human if you put them into a suit, dress
Yeah,
them, and
right.
how can you tell if it's like at one point we're not even going to be able to tell the difference between a robot and a human. Like it's crazy how far it's gone. That stuff really fazed me. It's like, oh shit, what the yeah, the
Yeah,
robots.
yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I mean, and they did a lot of prepping. They did a lot of psychological prepping for us too. With all the movies with the robots.
Oh
And
yeah, for sure. Oh, we're ready for that. Robots all over the place. And they even say there's going to be at one point more robots than human.
what?
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that there's going to be more robots than human on Earth. And
That is wild. Yeah, everybody gets a robot.
Everyone will get a robot apparently. But look, it's the state that we're in. Also, we're all very robotic. So as soon as we end this robotic state, this will go away. Like we will align and all this nonsense robot stuff. Like it can have some good maybe for humanity. Maybe there's good application for it. Who knows?
There's potential, right?
There's potential. We can't also close the door and say, hey, it's not good. But again, it's like the internet. It's like the money. It's like anything you use can be used for good or bad.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's
so
just like PT.
That really fazed me, that shit, seriously.
Right. I mean, everything that's coming out now, it's just like what PT is talking about here. It has to be used wisely and precisely.
Yeah.
It has the potential to, assist in evolution or just be an asset, that we can utilize. But I like the things.
I see a good use of the robots. Why don't you build a whole bunch of robots and send them to clean the ocean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Send them to clean the earth of all the rubbish.
Time to clean up the mess. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would be a good use. But
and also teach people to be responsible, so that we don't have to give all of our responsibility to the robots.
Exactly. But yeah, that's one thing I was thinking.
Yeah, that would be great.
You gotta make them so they're submergible. They can go in water, but I'm sure it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. Robots for the land, robots for the sea, for the sky.
Clean the earth. Give them cleaning job. The job that people don't want to do, give it to the robot. Mm-hmm. Clean the landfills, clean everything, man. Send an army of robot. But the thing is, I don't know if that would be profitable for them, so they might just leave the rubbish there. And
yeah, who knows?
Might not be profit attached to this. So
yeah.
Anyway, the robot thing.
Yeah. Well, like PT was saying, there's potential, with the internet for it can go in two different ways, just like everything else can in life. You can use it to be able to help assist you in evolution. He says, though, it's a very touch and go situation because if you get caught up in all of the little traps and all the little nonsense, I mean, anybody who's stepped into the world of the internet knows that there's just what do they call them these days, iPad kids and stuff like that. People who just get locked into scrolling through the reels of just senseless comedy. But it makes you kind of contemplate wow, what if all of this was used to connect us for something purposeful and something meaningful, even if just smaller percentage was increased that was actually helping people. And there's great things. I've actually cooked a meal recently that I saw a little short that was so people can put together things that are helpful. Okay, how are you going to cook some good vegetarian food? How are you going to how can you find some remedies for maybe if you have an illness or you're dealing with some type of cold or whatever, what can I do? And you look up and you find some things that can be helpful, and then, for instance, just like what we're reading, where do we find this? We found
the internet.
Many people who have benefited from PT's teachings has been via the internet. That's how we have accessed the wisdom that he has to share, which is wonderful and very fortunate. But like he is saying here, he's making a connection of, for us to actually have, because what it's questioning in the beginning is like, okay, do you have the world at your fingertips? Because that gives the idea that you have access to power, but is it real power or is it illusory power? But real power is when you have connection with nature, when you have connection with the land, I love some of the ways that he's stringing his words together here. One doesn't own a piece of land just by having some fraud papers. You own the land when your aura, I love these words, is perfectly embedded in the geomantic wave magnetics of the land. And so that means that you're actually living a life that is fractal in a sense. And I was just listening to a talk recently in which he was talking about, you have to, part of the process of evolution is you are altering your DNA. You're actually, because your DNA is like changeable in the sense of it changes based on the actions that you do. So actually your DNA carries like certain codes and that, can trigger certain responses or certain behaviors. And so anyways, I don't want to get it too far into something that like I can't thoroughly speak on, but what he says here, Arthur and the land become one only when Arthur finds the Grail. And PT was relating how actually the whole legend of the Holy Grail, the Grail is in the blood, and whenever you get your blood and your DNA fractal enough, then that's what he's talking about. You're becoming embedded with the land. You're actually taking actions that are respectful toward nature, toward the earth. You're having that inner sense of gratitude. You're doing these different types of lifestyle that is kind of making you woven into the net of divine, and that is actually a net that can raise you up, and it won't be a net that's going to like drag you down. So, and then, yeah, he kind of sums it all up with this bigger perspective. One only has the world truly at their fingertips if they're embedded in the multiversal construct, which creates the 14 realms, planes, the atoms, the galaxies of this physical plane. So that's the bigger vision of what we are inside of. So very cool. Very cool.
No, definitely. All these Plogs can bring enlightenment, definitely, if you seek that. But it's something you have to seek the truth, because
Exactly.
Some stuff is very profound and you haven't seen it, and when you get confronted to it, it can be shocking. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
A lot of our ways, and not just stuff on the outside, stuff that you do each and every day that are not aligned with nature at all. I'm not gonna say it. A big one is those dark glasses.
There you
But
go.
bring that up to someone that they wear dark goggles, they go on to life. It's gonna be hard to swallow, definitely. Because we've been programmed and bamboozled to wear dark goggles for the sun and stuff, when the first thing you need when you go out is the sunlight. Doesn't it make sense to absorb sunlight? The sun is there shining and everything. Now, if it would be dangerous, the sun, it wouldn't shine that much. Like, or we would have a switch to dim it. Like, as far as I'm concerned, we cannot dim the sun. So
Right. Yes.
the light is there for us to take in. But sometimes the light is very hard to take in or to reach for some beings. Some will never fully reach their full potential, and reaching the light and stuff is also aiming for your full potential, full Christ consciousness or coherency. full
Mhm.
coherence, full fractal already, but
Yeah.
coherence is not there often.
Right.
So, le monde au bout des doigts, that's it. The next
Mhm.
one is the sentiment de sacralité. What is it in English again?
Sense of sanctity.
Yeah, sense of sanctity.
Yes.
It's a very good one, too.
Yes. All right, here we go. Sense of sanctity. Oh, hang on. Sorry. I accidentally hit the button. Here we go. There have been many cultures and races living by the ocean side for thousands of years, but none of them came up with concepts like surfing, shark nets, swimming for the hell of it, triathlon, jet skiing, lifeguards, tanning, snorkeling, scuba diving. There is one particular race to which one can ascribe all these grand achievements. Let's try and learn what the difference is, which allows it to be more inventive than others. What one finds is that the other races are all too cuckoo in the head. They see the ocean as a being, a sacred one at that. They're always establishing / preserving sanctity of things and places. To them, it would be disrespectful to create unnecessary disturbance in the sacred waters of the ocean god. This race, however, has no such qualms. It sees things differently. It has a nothing is sacred and everything is there for pillaging, tampering, and conquering approach. It only grants sanctity and sacredness to its own creations, as in the hallowed grounds of Wimbledon, golf, cricket, football arenas, and trophies, etc. There are some minor setbacks like Titanic, surfing deaths, crocodile hunter taken out by a stingray, etc. But one needn't worry because lifeguards are there to baywatch. There is a general carefree attitude which allows its members to run naked and plunge chest first into the sea full of blue bottles and sea urchins. Aha, what bliss. So we have it. Our conclusion, the sense of sanctity is costing other races a whole lot of fun, while what it sees as fun, others see as disrespectful and uncomfortable. Makes one wonder whether the elements can be imbued with some sacred essence beyond physics of 3D reality. While others are clear that such is the case, it is not so sure and is making more than adequate use of that unsurety.
Yep. So, sentiment de sacralité. Yep. De nombreuses cultures, races ont vécu au bord de l'océan depuis des milliers d'années, mais aucune n'a inventé des concepts comme le surf, les filets anti-requins, la baignade pour le plaisir, le triathlon, le jet ski, les sauveteurs, le bronzage, la plongée en apnée, la plongée sous-marine, 3 petits points, etc. Il existe une race en particulier à laquelle on peut attribuer toutes ces grandes réalisations. Essayons de comprendre quelle est la différence qui lui permet d'être plus inventive que les autres. On constate que les autres races sont toutes trop démentes. Elles perçoivent l'océan comme un être sacré de surcroît. Elles s'attachent constamment Elles s'attachent constamment à établir, préserver la sacralité des choses et des lieux. Pour elles, il serait irrespectueux de créer des perturbations inutiles, les eaux sacrées du dieu de l'océan. Cette race, en revanche, n'a pas de tels scrupules. Elle voit les choses différemment. Elle prône le rien n'est sacré. Tout est à piller, à manipuler et à conquérir. Elle n'accorde de sacralité qu'à ses propres créations, c'est-à-dire le terrain sacré de Wimbledon, les stades de golf, de cricket, de football, les trophées, etc. Il y a bien quelques revers mineurs comme le Titanic, des accidents mortels en surfant, un chasseur de crocodiles tué par une raie, etc. Mais il n'y a pas lieu de s'inquiéter car les sauveteurs sont là pour surveiller. Il règne une insouciance générale qui permet à ses membres de courir nus et de plonger tête la première dans une mer pleine de méduses et d'oursins. Quel bonheur! Alors, nous en arrivons à cette conclusion. Ce sens du sacré coûte cher aux autres races. C'est vraiment amusant. Ce que s'aperçoit comme amusant, d'autres le perçoivent comme irrespectueux et gênant. Laisse perplexe. Les éléments peuvent-ils être imprégnés dans une essence sacrée au-delà des lois de la physique en 3 dimensions? Tandis que d'autres se sont convaincus, tel est le cas, ça n'en est pas si sûr, et tire pleinement parti de cette incertitude. Look, there's something wrong with us, definitely. Né? It's at the core, là, and it's something really, really wrong. And what we don't see as sacred in nature, if you don't see what's around you as sacred, as being part of a very divine plan, well, you're never going to see yourself this way also. You know, what you see in yourself, you see it outside of yourself. So if you see yourself as a very sacred being on earth to make a change, to be part of a change, well, you're going to see everything around you being very sacred too. To me, it's very simple, as within, so without. But you cannot find something on the outside that you don't have on the inside, that you don't have a sense on the inside that it's there. I know there's a very sacred essence within me. I've been roaming this earth for 52 nonsense years in their time calendar, and I'm still here. Still here, freaking strong like a hawk, and like I feel younger than ever, even though I'm getting older in their nonsense, but I'm not getting older, I'm getting younger. You know, we gotta change the speech also. Né? Change your speech. Instead of saying you're 52 years old, you're 52 years young. You know? And
Right.
that brings up the as soon as you change the way you talk to yourself, you're gonna feel the sacredness, the sanctity, sancticity, how do you call
Sanctity, yeah.
that? Sanctity.
Mhm.
You're gonna feel it, and if you can feel it, I can feel it for you. I feel it for myself. A lot of people feel this sense of urgency also, like there's no time to waste to realize these things, because that's also what's gonna take you to another level, is recognizing that divinity within you, that sense of sacredness, or whatever you want to call it, sanctity. If you can't recognize it within yourself, there's no hope to see it on the outside. It's like love, it's like anything else. You have to see it within yourself. So that's a bit where I would go with this, is really, as long as you don't see it within yourself, you will not see it on the outside, probably. So focus on getting a sharp vision, having a vision. And having a vision is not only for seeing the nonsense conspiracy stuff or whatever Babylon throw at you, is to see your own self. No, we're here doing this work. It's to evolve. Well, it's not for Babylon to evolve. Babylon should devolve while we evolve. So that's what's happening. At one point, you realize, whoa, I'm a very sacred being. I'm here for a purpose. Again, your purpose is not what you do. Be careful. It's what happened to people when you do what you do. That's your purpose. So often we get lost in the sense of purpose also, or that it is a journey or this or that. There's no freaking journey. It's here and now. Do it. There's no journey. There's no time to waste. Just jump in it and do it. You're going to be dead one day. Like, what are we waiting for? We're all going to freaking die. You think people are going to care about what I say here on YouTube? Come on.
Right.
All this, recognizing that sense, that sacredness within you, you're going to open up now to the world, because you're here for that. You have a voice. You have energy. You have the clarity. You have the wisdom. You're wise. Do something with it. Like, that's what I told myself. Enough the dormant state. Enough. And I took a choice at one point to start researching on what Babylon is.
Mm-hmm.
It was really a choice. Now, what happened after you take the choice, you might have some stuff happening to you that's going to blow your mind, definitely.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be supported to as soon as you recognize this sacredness within and with that and outside of yourself. Well, now you're on a different game here. That's we play games all our life, but we miss the biggest game of all, which is playing with the divine.
Yeah.
People are too busy playing with the devil, gambling with the devil, so they forget that, oh, maybe I should gamble with God or the divine. Maybe I would be more rewarded, better reward than gambling with the devil. Stop gambling with the devil. Yeah. So
Right.
it's on you, Frank.
Yes. Sense of sanctity. That is something that would benefit people if we could, start to imbue a sense of sanctity in our own lives and our relationship that we have with the earth, with the elements. And when we don't have that sense of sanctity for, the earth, the sacred energies which support us, the elements and things like that, the further we get away from that truth, things start going astray. Things start becoming dark. Things start getting cloudy, and then we can't see anymore, and we get lost. People start doing things that don't make sense anymore. It's like that Talking Heads album, "Stop Making Sense." That's what's been going. That's what's been going on.
The misalignment. That's where the misalignment occur also, because when you have that sense of sanctity.
Yep, that's right.
Sanctity. When you have it, well, everything fall into place. Your life will be part of the grand organizing design that is God. So just give it a try. At least try. You'll see.
Right.
Don't take my word. Try.
Yeah. And so what PT is who's talking about in here, what are all these things coming from? This jet skiing, lifeguards, tanning, and that's just one small little, facet of an area that he's just giving some examples of. And he says, let's learn about what's the difference which allows the people who have invented all these nonsensical things, what makes them more inventive than others. And then we skip and fast forward. It says, it has a nothing is sacred and everything is there for pillaging approach. Yeah. Pillaging, tampering, conquering. And so they disconnected the truth of the fact that actions have consequences, and a respect is due to nature. A respect is due to those that support you. This earth is your mother, and you should respect her, right? You shouldn't be, unnecessarily having kind of a destructive type of interaction with her. She feeds you, she clothes you, she shelters you every single day, and that internal sense of gratitude should be there for that. And you have to nourish that, which means you have to continue to come back to that attitude of gratitude and express it. You can't just feel it and say nothing about it. It's important to actually, that's why divine has given us this mouth to be able to speak, is so that we can express these things, so that we're continually programming ourselves with that, coming back to this divine program. That is why this part of why this body was designed the way that it was. And then, but PT goes on and he says, so these beings, they only grant sanctity and sacredness to their own creations. Wimbledon, all these sports arenas and things like that, because to them, they are the tools to distract the masses, which is a tool for them to continue to control via manipulation. So, of course, it's sacred to them. It's one of their biggest tools that's helping to fool everyone. So yes, this is importance will be given to this, to these World Cup, or to this the whatever types of events that are not out there like encouraging people to connect with divine. They are acrobatic performances of different sorts, which it is fun to watch and stuff like that. But at the same time, we have to remember, like, what is it that we're doing here? It's not we can't play games. Of course we can play games. We can play games and evolve and have fun and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when the majority of people are spending so much resources and polluting themselves and the environment and stuff like that to host these functions like Wimbledon, World Cup, the whatever championships, and they're there drinking their beer and eating their burgers and hot dogs and everything like that. I mean, the consciousness is just absent as to what are they doing to themselves. Because if they could see the consequences that were coming for just being ignorant, then they would think twice, and they would be like, well, maybe I shouldn't maybe I should make some different choices.
Maybe we're impressed with the wrong stuff too,
Right? Yes.
People get impressed at all these grandiose events and Super Bowl and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
And that's why the word impress says I'm pressed. So you're pressed to act. I think PT has a plug on this.
Yes, he does.
And he says you will become impressed and you will be pressed to act. So if nature impress you, divine sacredness, all the nature around you impress you, you will be pressed to act in that direction too. Yeah. So what impress you in life is what you will give energy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very impressed by PT. I give energy to PT. I give him time, energy, because I'm impressed at what he does.
Oh yeah.
Being like that impressed me, seriously. So that's where my energy goes. But we're impressed with the wrong stuff, exactly.
Right. And so, yes, he says, our conclusion, the sense of sanctity is costing everybody else, what everybody else sees as disrespectful, uncomfortable, the ones who are making all of these things, the West, kind of this influence that has come about, their sense of fun is costing everyone else. But other people are joining them because they're like, well, when in Rome, that's the kind of the sentiment that has been given. So it's high time for us to, make sure that we are having a sense of sacredness for life, for the elements, for the earth, and for the energies that are supporting us, divine. And if we can learn from someone who really can teach us how to live in a responsible and connected way, then that's a respect-worthy being too, So, yeah.
They teach us some kind of sacredness through the sacrament. In church, for me, it was here sixth sacrament. I don't know how many there is. Yeah. But anyway, that's what's sacred in our world, is what we learn that is sacred in church often. True. We attach this sentiment of sanctity. Do I say it right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. To what is being taught to us in church.
Right.
So there's different sacrament and stuff you have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But that has nothing to do with nature. So we're being fooled again, big time, by priests and stuff, and thinking that this is sacred or this, or they even have the holy water when you go in the church. They put your, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? They're sanctifying things with the holy water, which means like they're making it sacred. So they put the holy water on it, then I'll make this sacred.
Yeah.
But
What is sacred is the river flowing, not your bowl of water at the entrance of a non-fractal building. Like,
right.
to me, it's, I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. Religions are not really my thing. I respect if it's your way. If what it could be a starting point for you once you're
Yeah.
completely asleep to look into religions and the Bible and stuff. That's okay. I found a lot of guidance through this, but at one point you have also to do some self-realization and realize that you don't only need stuff on the external. You need yourself. You need you to be present.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The next one we're gonna do, maybe we'll finish with this one. We'll do the other one, the democracy. We'll do on another one.
Yeah.
But we'll do the Xmas one. It just passed Xmas, but
Right.
I think it would be good to remember us a bit because I had something to say about it. So,
Oh yeah.
Noel, Christmas.
Yeah. So we're going with democracy. Is that what we're doing?
No,
Yeah.
Christmas, Xmas.
We're doing Xmas, and then we'll come back with democracy next.
The next one we'll do democracy.
Okay, great.
Democracy.
Democracy, yes, exactly right. So Xmas. It's once again that time of year where billions of twinkling light bulbs will suffice for the lack of any real glow. Millions of grateful and lucky earthlings will go crazy over turkey carcasses and rotten grape juice. It will all be in the name of family and human communion, and so forth. The children of the mad mob would trade happiness for Santa's gifts, and they would continue to do so throughout their lives, mostly without even realizing it. Sun goes to the underworld on the 23rd, winter solstice, and rises once again on the 25th, a very pagan solstice ceremony commissioned by a very anti-pagan organization. Code words used to try and hide the obvious. X equals cross. Sun on the zodiacal cross, and the masses double-crossed. Satan's claw. Santa Claus equals Satan's claws. Need we say more?
Yeah. Satan Claus. So, Noël, c'est de nouveau cette période de l'année où des milliards d'ampoules scintillantes suffiront à l'absence de véritables lueurs. Des millions de terriens reconnaissants et chanceux se rueront sur des carcasses de dinde et du jus de raisin avarié. Tout cela au nom de la famille et de la communion humaine, etc. Les enfants de la foule déchaînée échangeraient leur bonheur contre les cadeaux du Père Noël et ils continueraient à le faire tout au long de leur vie. La plupart du temps, sans même se rendre compte, le soleil descend aux enfers le 23, solstice d'hiver, et se lève à nouveau le 25, une cérémonie du solstice très païenne, commanditée par une organisation très anti-païenne. Des mots codés utilisés pour tenter de cacher l'évidence X croix, soleil sur la croix zodiacale, et les masses trahies, le Père Noël, les griffes de Satan. Faut-il en dire plus? Look, that's something I really found always weird, Christmas and the gift, because it in there, what we've been taught, it has to do with Jesus and the Jesus being reborn and stuff. Okay, so now you're celebrating Jesus, right, at Christmas. Well, Jesus was the least, in the fable, the least materialistic human on earth. But then to celebrate him, you bring all kinds of material nonsense to it, to this celebration. Like it has to do with gift, when it shouldn't be about gift. It should be about presence, with your family, with your loved ones, whatever. And there is really a celebration to be happening on this date. Like he says,
Right.
It has to do with the sun, stopping and taking a rest on the 21st or something, 23rd. 21st, it rests for 3 days, then it starts its journey back up to Again, that stuff I heard. I've never myself noticed the whole path of the sun. But it makes sense. It makes sense that, and also that Christmas celebration apparently happened within us. I heard Santo saying something about the oil inside arising within us every 28 days, and it stops for like 3 days and then starts again. So there would be something also within us happening. Now, not aware of the whole thing. It's just stuff I heard. But there is something about Christmas definitely to mesmerize the masses and to lose the point of what it really is. Because there is something very sacred on that day happening. But you think it's all about gift and buying stuff and material, and when Jesus itself was the least materialistic person. So I've never really understood this, even in my programming state. I never dig that vibe of the gift and the tree in the house and the Santa Claus, Satan Claus coming through the chimney and stuff. Like, it's all very symbolic. Yeah, but that's what they play with, signs and symbols. If you can't read the symbols, you'll be mesmerized. Billions of people are mesmerized every year at that time of the year, thinking that Santa Claus is real, the Satan Claus, or it's something. And the worst is we make children believe those stories. That's so insane from us adults. Because the first story you want them to dig in and to buy into is Christianity, the Bible, the Jesus, and that whole story. You want them. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing good there. I love the story of Jesus Christ. Definitely, I think we should all strive for Christ consciousness. Definitely, but people have kind of a negative look on it, even in your programming when you start talking about Jesus. And that's one thing you can tell the state of mind of someone. Just start talking to them about Jesus. Just talk to them about Jesus, and you'll see the reaction. So we have been bamboozled to believe there's a lie in there. Certain stuff about Christmas, and it's really, really, now there's also the Amanita muscaria mushroom associated with that. Santa Claus being white, red and white and black, just like the mushroom. Apparently, shamans were going from door to door back in the day to offer magic mushroom to people to start having some vision.
Right.
It was it's something I heard. I wasn't there in that time again. It's just something I heard, but apparently there was something with the magic mushroom also.
Right.
So Frank, tell me about the Xmas.
Yes, this is a really clarifying epilogue, because I mean, if I think about it, I never really got like why the abbreviation Xmas. It was like, how does X stand for Christ in Christmas? But now it makes sense, because PT's revealing is just pointing to the astrological connection. So X meaning a cross. The sun goes on, travels around the zodiac, right? And then it has its zenith, its peak in the summertime, summer solstice, and it's kind of at the bottom of the cross. And whenever you see like a picture of I don't remember what the name of it. It's like the figure 8 in the sky. We'll come back and remember that at some point.
The ecliptic.
Ecliptic. I mean, I know it travels around the ecliptic. Maybe that is the. I don't want to
sine wave. Something. I don't know kinds of stuff.
The
figure 8 that the sun apparently does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it's at the top, that's the summer solstice. When it's at the bottom, that's the winter solstice. And so that when it's making that cross, that's how this Xmas is being signified, because it is a signification, a celebration of, okay, the sun has reached the bottom point, and now it's going to turn up, and we're going to have another year. We're going to have and PT has some videos explaining this where I guess
what about
there's
Vedic time? What about Vedic times like 5,000 years ago or even before? How or indigenous people in America? How do they deal with that Christmas celebration? I'm going to research on this.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I know from what PT said, that there wasn't ever really a celebration of the sun at its low point, but most of the celebrations are based around different celestial movements. Usually, so like Navratri is like a big thing in the Vedic, and that's when the sun and the moon are at equal power. So that's when the spring and the fall equinoxes are happening.
Okay.
So those are two of the big celebrations, and then there's other ones that are kind of commemorating certain figures in the Vedic history, and yeah, there's different ones like that. But I think that I'm not sure like what the other big winter celebrations would be in other cultures, but obviously Christmas, Hanukkah. These ones are the big ones for those two big religions. But this, it's really fun getting to hear kind of PT's perspective on it, and like he even this and how he starts out, billions of twinkling light bulbs will suffice for the lack of any real glow. So just like the light attack that we were looking at a little while back, hell is all right as long as it's lit up brighter than heaven. I mean, that's
and that's something I always found weird. Why people do not question it. I've never put lights on my house or stuff like this. I'm not going into this for sure, but a lot of people, it's just an instinct, and each and every year they come out, they put their lights, but without even noticing that their own brilliance, their own gift. Christmas, it is about bringing gift, but why don't you bring your own gift to the world? Why don't you gift Mama Earth with your own gift each and every year and evolve instead of devolving? Why don't you give a gift to the earth or to your maker and start to evolve? That would be a real gift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And we would move out of trouble, all of us together, out of this mess that we have created ourselves.
Right. Yeah, we all want to give each other gifts, but it's very rare that we see us making gifts to offer to the earth or offer
a gift to yourself. Why don't you evolve? That would be a great gift to your own self, too. Like, instead of gifting others, why don't you gift yourself at that time of the year and say, oh, maybe I'll gift myself this year. I'll start to evolve.
Right.
It would be a great thing for sure for humanity to evolve. I think we're in that direction, definitely.
Yeah, right.
Especially with internet, like I said, this is such a great tool that we have to reason and to find clarity, just find clarity. And that's what I wish, not wish. That's a weird word. Wish. Which. That's what I wish on people is really an evolution. Change your ways. Look at your ways and what you believe and start walking towards fact and knowing something that's worth knowing instead of filling your ego with garbage, knowing stuff like illusion. And anyway, Frank, you want to add something else?
Well, yeah, it's just a really great Plog, and it points out the fact that just like PT shared with you a little while back, all religions, you can kind of trace back the celestial energy that religion is based upon when you look at the day of the week that they are doing their worship. So, Christians and Christmas is a recognition of the sun, solar energies. So it really is great to have the clarification that PT provides, and to have the magic of the internet. It's a very Aquarian, thing that we have to be able to learn. And so we should strive to, use it for an evolving purpose and, keep moving forward. So
Keep moving forward, ever, always. Backward,
Yes.
never backward.
Yes.
So, large up, Frank. That was a great one again.
Yes.
Like every moon day, we log in the tube.
Yes.
Greetings, everyone watching live or after. It's always, it's all love, definitely.
Yes.
I don't come here to mesmerize anyone. I'm trying to demesmerize myself from all the nonsense of the world I live in. But day by day, I feel stronger, feel more aligned.
Mhm.
You probably feel the same too.
Well, that's it.
You're on the same path, so it's a day by day process. But the important part is to be present. Present.
Yeah.
Full presence and power. Boom. We're out.
Peace.
See ya. Peace.